Finally, our third topic is on those Saturday games, just a few injury updates where we're at. I made the point earlier in the week that Patrick Mahomes should sit tomorrow, and that the Chiefs would be wise to give him the rest and give him the runway into Christmas Day, give him 10 days of runway into Christmas Day against the Steelers. Then if you need him in week 18, you give him 11 days of runway into the week 18 game against the Broncos. Ultimately, he winds up getting himself in a position where he's actually pretty healthy, and so at the time when I wrote that and said it, we didn't know exactly the severity of his injury. So here's what happened. On Monday, he showed up bright and early in the morning to get his imaging done, gets the imaging done. He's cleared to start rehabbing. He spent the entire day, that's player's day off, rehabbing at the Chiefs facility. That set him up to practice every day this week. He was a full participant in practice every day, got a little bit better each day. And by Thursday, yesterday, he really started to look like himself again. So he will start. They don't expect there's going to be much limitation. They're going to keep an eye on it, of course, but this is something that they feel pretty good about, just as far as where he's at physically. And he's going to have some help too. Hollywood Brown's coming back. This is a week earlier than they expected him to be back. Really, they wanted to give him the extra week and bring him back in week 17 or week 18 because they felt like just to get himself back into football shape, it would take a little while. Well, he showed up in better shape than they thought he would. So he is going to play on Saturday. On the flip side, they are down their left tackle, their new left tackle, DJ Humphries. Joe Tooney will kick out there. Wanye Morris did get some reps at left tackle in practice too, but Tooney will kick out from guard again and make the start at left tackle. Elsewhere, the Ravens have an injury situation with Rashad Bateman. He got hurt in practice on Friday or on Wednesday. They thought it could be a serious foot injury. Like they were worried. Turns out they dodged a bullet on that one. He was in a walking boot yesterday. He'll check in with trainers today to try to determine his availability for that game against the Steelers. And George Pickens, his situation is a little less predictable. It's a hamstring. Those can flare up. But he did make an effort to try to make himself available this week. He didn't practice officially, but he did do some individual work. He ran. Ultimately, he wasn't cleared. They're optimistic. Again, it's unpredictable, but they're optimistic that he'll be able to go in that game on Christmas Day against the Chiefs. And finally, one Sunday injury note, and this isn't really a Sunday injury note, it's more of a big picture injury note. The Lions have gotten a lot of bad news injury-wise over the last few weeks. Some good news, it looks like, is coming. It does look like right now David Montgomery is going to forego surgery on his MCL sprain and try to go the rehab route. They feel like there's a good chance going that route that he could be available at some point in the playoffs. So some good news there for Detroit after a whole lot of bad injury news over the last month or so for the presumptive favorite in the NFC